Hello my friends, it's Danny, and today I'm showing you how to make keto and paleo friendly sheet pan pancakes. Now these are essentially baked pancakes. So instead of standing at the stove making your pancakes one by one, we're going to pour the batter onto a sheet pan, bake them in the oven into one big pancake, and then cut them into individual servings. So this is a great approach to pancakes if you're doing meal prep or if you're cooking for a crowd. And because so many of you have been requesting keto and paleo recipes lately, I was sure to make this recipe both grain and gluten-free. And my dear friends, if you have specific recipes you want to see, I am always listening. So come on down to the comments below and let me know what you're looking for, because I want to make sure that we are delivering what you need. And if you are enjoying the videos and you are enjoying the channel, please take a moment to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new recipe. So to get started, I've got my oven preheating at 425 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm lining a rimmed baking sheet with parchment paper. Now this is technically half of a sheet pan, which is 18 by 13 inches, okay? So I will link to the exact pan down in the description box below so you know what I'm working with here. And you just want to lay a piece of parchment paper over the top so nothing sticks. Now I didn't have a big sheet of parchment paper, so I'm using two smaller sheets. And you know what? This is a great example of just figuring out how to make whatever you have on hand work. Then for my batter, everything is just going to go into one big bowl. So this recipe starts with 1.5 cups of super fine almond flour, which is rich in protein and healthy fats. 3/4 of a cup of coconut flour, also high in protein and rich in fiber. Then 2 teaspoons of baking powder, that's going to make our pancakes nice and fluffy. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. And then I have a 1/4 cup of monk fruit sweetener, which is an all-natural, calorie-free sugar. So for anybody who's on a keto diet, you are probably already familiar with this. I am using the Keto brand, which is a mix of erythritol and monk fruit. It's really great because it subs 1 for 1 with granulated sugar. So if you're baking or if you're making pancakes, it's a really easy swap. If you did not want to use this sugar substitute, you could use any granulated sugar you prefer. I've also made this recipe with maple syrup, which uses the same measurements still and tastes really great. So you have lots of options here. Next, I have a 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt and then 6 eggs. Now I know 6 eggs may seem like a lot of eggs, but whenever you're working with coconut flour, you'll see that it's very absorbent. So you need to have a higher ratio of liquid ingredients to the dry ingredients. This is why a lot of people like to use coconut flour when they're making higher fat, higher protein, lower carb recipes. Then I have 1.5 cups of unsweetened almond milk, or really any milk you prefer would work here. If you wanted something with even more fat, you could do a coconut milk or a full-fat dairy milk. And finally, a tablespoon of vanilla extract. Then I'm just going to mix this all together until I have a nice thick batter. And you'll see as you continue to mix, it gets really fluffy and a little bit thick. It's going to look like a traditional pancake batter. If it seems too thick, you could always add another splash of milk. You want it to be thick but pourable. From here, I'm going to carefully transfer this onto my prepared baking sheet. And then I just like to even out the top. You're gonna see it may not reach the sides of the pan. That's okay. You just wanna get it as close as you can and spread it out as evenly as you can. Then from here, you get to choose your toppings, and you really could do anything that you love. We are a big fan of fresh fruits and nuts, and my kids are always looking for the chocolate chips. So what I'm gonna do here is half the pan, I'm doing some nice thinly sliced strawberries, and then on the other half, I'm doing a combination of raspberries, blueberries, and a sprinkle of chocolate chips. And I've mentioned them before, but for those of you who really wanna keep this super keto friendly, you can look for a stevia sweetened chocolate chip. A brand I really like is Lily's. I will link to it down in the description box below. Now I'm just gonna pop this right into the oven for 12 minutes. It cooks up pretty quickly, and you're gonna know it's done because it's gonna be lightly golden brown over the top. It will have set through, and your kitchen will smell fragrant and delicious. Once the pancakes are cool enough to handle, I just cut them into 12 pieces, and then they're ready to be enjoyed. You could stack a couple up and top them with your favorite toppings. I love them with a little bit of almond butter over the top. You could do a little maple syrup. And if you wanted to make them for meal prep, I let them cool completely, then transfer them into an airtight container, layering a thin piece of parchment paper between each layer. They will happily last in the fridge up to a week this way, and you could freeze them for months. I cannot wait for you all to give this recipe a try. It is so easy, so fun, and so delicious. And when you do, make sure to snap a picture and tag me on Instagram and Facebook so I can see all of the clean and deliciousness you're whipping up in your very own kitchens. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Danny Spies, and I'll see you back here next time with some more clean and deliciousness. Cheers. Do you need me to test that one more time? This one? One more tester?
You want one? Try the choice.
Still good.
Still good? It hasn't changed?
Delightful. You don't like that.